Alright guys, here we go. Game number 2 between EG's Machine and FXO's QXC. This time we are here on Tal'Darim Altar. In the lower right hand position we do have QXC as the purple Terran player, and up over here in the upper left is Machine as the pink Zerg player. Alright, so here we go again. Game number 2. Last game, pretty epic indeed. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. It did look like, of course, QXC came out on top in that game, just with some fantastic play. Constant late game aggression from QXC is really what sealed the deal for him. He was basically always all over Machine, and Machine, unfortunately, come the late game, you know, he made a strong showing early and mid game, but come the late game, it really seemed like he started to fall apart. Just his responses to the QXC harass was just, I don't know, it was a bit too slow. I mean, obviously, it's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy or that I could have done it. QXC was all over the place, dropping Marines everywhere, but, you know, I mean, he lost his spawning pool. We saw him lose his Baneling nest as well, and it was just to 2 Marines worth of fire. And as you know, 2 Marines, they take a while to kill a building, but, you know, Machine just took so long to be able to respond to that. Losing both his pool and his Baneling nest in his main was pretty devastating to that single drop there that we eventually saw. But anyways, that is neither here nor there. We are here on the next game, so let's see what Machine is able to do, if anything. Now, very macro-friendly map, and it looks like we will be seeing expansion first here from Machine. He has yet to be scouted by QXC. QXC has not left his base yet to do any scouting, so Machine will be going hatch first. Such a large map, very expansion friendly. There's a lot of maps nowadays, honestly, that is the case for. During the beta, and you know, when the game was first initially released, there was a lot of small maps. We're staring specifically at Steps of War as a shining example of just a very small, tight map made for lots of early game aggression and made quick expansions very risky. But, you know, no longer really the case. There's a lot of huge maps, and they make expand builds much more frequent. As a result, we're seeing longer games more frequently, and we're seeing more skillful. Wow, that's a mouthful for me. We're seeing more skillful games more frequently, simply because, you know, there's longer macro games. It's really the more skilled player that ends up coming out on top. Lots of people can all in, lots of people can cheese early game rushes, but it takes a strong player to consistently be on top of his game and doing all the things that he needs to be all game, especially once the game's pushed 20 or 30 minutes and you start to get worn down. I mean, this is a very intense game in the fact that it takes 110% of your energy. Certainly you can play haphazardly and you don't have to play paying full attention, but if you do, you typically lose. We can see QXC will actually be doing some bug harass, and Machine, now just aware of that, will be pulling his guys off the line, and again, mining downtime. That's the issue here. That's the worry. We do have 2 Marines heading across the map right now as well. We do have a factory coming through as well as a reactor. SCV trying to get his way back in to continue building that. QXC pulling so many guys off the line. Look at all this time where QXC isn't mining, and there we go. We did see that was canceled. So he got 75 resources back. That's not the full 100. Ended up losing a total of 25. But did you see how much time Machine wasn't mining? I mean, that's the concern there, in all honesty. That's the major issue. And you can see right now Machine's got that slight disadvantage as a result, just now getting his base back up and saturated. And here's that expansion coming on through, opening up with those Hellions for that map control, for that slight contain early on. That's exactly what QXC will be doing. It's such a popular TVZ build, and it allows you to transition into so much. You know, we saw a transition into Blue Flame Hellion Marine drop last game from QXC. I see a lot of Marine tank transitions going out for kind of a contain from that point. We got 3 Marines moving across the map. SCV scouting out the Zerglings for Machine. Marines will actually force those Zerglings back. I wonder if they're just going to try to pull around the corner here. That's possible, and it looks like at least the one will be doing that. A couple of Zerglings needlessly running into those Marines, losing one as a result there, getting pretty injured on those other ones as well. Hellions heading across the map, getting ready to get that map control as well as that contain. We've got some Zerglings just situated in the middle. And where's that other Zergling? There it is, scouting out those Hellions coming out. And he actually manages to get up in the main base, and he will be seeing that expansion coming on through as well. This one Marauder should be able to take care of that Zergling, that wee little Zergling. I wonder if he's going to lift up that wall. No, just pushing out with the Marauder. And there we go, Zerglings heading out back home right now. Hellions, do they have any kills yet? Nothing yet for either one of these. And we saw a couple more over there. Where are they? Oh, there they are. Hellions inside of the main. And what is he doing right now? He's got 2 kills on that one. Hasn't done a ton of damage, but still kind of just dancing around in the main. And we got those 2 Hellions idle over there. And there we go. We'll be roasting some of these Zerglings, forcing the creation of 6 more Zerglings. Machine having a tough time right now dealing with this harass. Decent amount of damage. This one's got 4 kills right now. How many workers have been killed overall? So far, just 3. We'll be microing around this Hellion. Hopefully he grabs that other one. He's just paying 100% attention to this one. And there we go, 2 more over here. There's another 2. He's got a total of 4, and it looks like he may be ready to push back in. Never mind. Too many spines. I don't know if he's going to be able to go all the way in, taking a shot from both of those spines on each Hellion there, and actually will now just sit right tight outside of Machine's base and kind of just stop him from pushing out with any scouting. Now, we do have that one scouting Overlord, but there are no scouting Zerglings at all on the map, and it's going to be a while until we actually see Machine with enough forces to overwhelm that, because he doesn't want to just mass up Speedlings right now just to get rid of those Hellions, because then his economy sucks. You can see he's droning up right now, so he's just focusing on his econ. He does also have an evolution chamber coming out as well. What's the follow-up, though? That's a question. We know that expansion coming, but what else? QXC looks like it's going to be more of the same. He's got a medevac coming out, Blue Flame Hellions as well, so will be another Marine Blue Flame drop, and let's see how effective that's going to be this game. And again, he's got lockdown right now. He's got control. Speedlings, 1 sneaks out. Very nice there. That was very, very nice indeed. QXC not paying enough attention, allowed that 1 Zergling to sneak out. We will actually see 2 Hellions push back to try to deal with that. And there we go, 2 Hellions pushing back. He doesn't want that Zergling to scout out what's going on. And yeah, there we go. So those Hellions plus those Marines, they're able to stop that. And there we go, QXC actually just pulling all the way back home. He has done that contain right now. Should be grabbing a tower, I hope, just to see if we see any more Speedlings push across, just so we can see if, if Machine's going to be able to actually scout out this push coming. But there we go. 4 Hellions moving across the map, and there is that medevac as well. So no Marines this time, just moving with that empty medevac to pick up those Hellions and drop them in the main and try to do a bit of damage. And let's see if that's able to do anything successfully. Really surprised that he actually didn't spot those towers, because we very well could have seen Machine grab those towers, and then he would have been aware that this was coming. I'm surprised we didn't see a Hellion go to each one of those, especially since he evidently had plenty of time. But here we go right now. Time for some QXC harass. That medevac getting ready to pick up those Hellions back here. Do those Queens spot it? I don't think they managed to. So here we go, Hellions getting lifted up, and Machine's about to deal with some drop harass. Overlords on the edge of the base do spot this medevac coming, though. And here come those Blue Flame Hellions in the main, and let's see how much damage he is able to do. We'll be dancing around those drones and trying to do as much damage. You just spot the fact that Spire's coming through, able to absolutely roast those Speedlings, microing back that low Hellion to the back. We've got a couple Banelets coming forward, and micro. QXC micro, look at that, did not lose a single Hellion in that engagement. He took pretty hefty damage, but didn't lose a single one, picking them up just in time. Beautiful play there by QXC. He's got another push coming right now. Lots of Marines, 1 Marauder thrown into the mix just for insurance, just in case we saw some roaches or anything. We have Speedlings grabbing the towers, so right now Machine is fully aware that this push is coming, and at the exact same time as that push is coming, Hellions back inside of the main, and let's see if he can kill off any more workers. Going to try to get a few of those Hellions. Are so low, though. The Queens should be able to take it out. Taking out 2, forced to lift up those Hellions, pull back with the medevac, and here comes the rest of the push. Marines, 1 Hellion, a Marauder, and a Viking. And let's see what he's able to do. The Vikings will be going for those Overlords. Marine DPS is nuts. He's got Stim Pack. He's got Combat Shield as well. Hellions helping take out those creep tumors. And this push continuing up right now. Speedlings trying to mop up, and this is scary right now. QXC forced to micro around, and there we go. The Speedlings with the full surround. Banelings in there for good measure. The medevac still has those 2 Hellions, but he's not going to be able to do much else. This is going to force QXC back right now. Very unfortunate for QXC. He certainly was hoping that attack did a lot more damage than it did. But you know what? Overall, still in a decent position. I want to take a look at the workers killed too. We can see there 5 workers killed for QXC. So that obviously slightly hurting the income of Machine. But you know what? Overall, decent enough defense there by Machine. The only thing that looked really kind of a little haphazard was that early defense against those initial 2 Hellions. He definitely seemed to have a little bit of an issue with that. But overall, hasn't taken that much damage and has managed to keep almost even right now with QXC. You can see in resources lost, in fact, QXC is slightly behind, especially with losing that Hellion right there. Gonna try to keep up that map control. You can see those Zerglings continuously going to those towers. We have Burrow research coming out. Carp is level 1 research coming out. Flyer weapons attack coming out as well. Lots and lots of macro upgrade action going out for Machine. QXC, what does he have going on? He's got level 1 weapons just about to pop. And I'm not sure if he's got that armor at all either. A couple of Marines actually shooing back those small amount of mutas. Oh, actually trying to take out that Overlord. Never mind. But here comes a push right now for Machine. Machine moving out with some Speedlings, a couple Banelings in the mix, and just a few mutas. He's got 3 more about to come out right now. We'll be sitting with a total of 9, and we'll be 10 and 11 in just one moment. The Viking gets sniped down there. Viking really not the best against those Mutalisks. No more drop harass or anything. That's something I certainly got to keep an eye out within these games. And Speedlings getting us around there on those Marines, allowing those mutas to do a lot of damage, but those 2 turrets for QXC will be more than enough defense. Couple Banelings rolling in, and look at that heavy splash damage from those Banelings, taking out a lot of Marines. We do still have a few mutas actually pretty dwindling right now as numbers getting lower and lower. Can see constant aggression, though, coming out for Machine. I mean, he is keeping this up. He really wants to hit this expansion hard. We can see that 3rd and 4th expansion attempted to come out right now for Machine, so he's really trying to keep up on these expos. Very nice defensive position there by QXC, though. We do have a couple of Speedlings and mutas trying to push forward, but those stimmed up Marines, so much damage and more than enough to pull that back. And I'm really surprised if Machine tries to keep this up, because he doesn't have those overwhelming forces that he needs to break this. Just a very nice defensive position with that bunker and that formation of a wall off here, plus those turrets to defend all of this against those mutas. I really don't see Machine breaking that anytime soon, so I really expect him to just pull back, continue to macro up, and work his way into the middle of the game. Loving that sensor tower placement there as well, allowing him to see any kind of Mutalisk harass that may come and give him ample time to be able to respond. And again, there's that 4th expansion up. We've got that 3rd right over here. Also have that in-base hatch over here for those extra larvae. Lots and lots of upgrades coming out. Infestation Pit just about to pop. And I wonder if he's going to go straight into Hive Tech. That's really the question. A couple scouting Zerglings over here. And again, he has got control of those towers as well. Looks like a few Marines will give control back to QXC, though. Should be all set there to take out those Zerglings and get control of those towers. We have a few Speedlings moving down over here. Hellions just dancing across the map, checking for any stray units, also checking for any possible expansions. Also, Zerglings kind of dancing around the map right now as well. We've got another starport just about finished over here for QXC. Allowing him to get out more and more medevacs. Should be seeing some reactors. There's actually a tech labs. Ooh, very interesting here for QXC. We'll be interested to see what his planned transition is going to be into. I'm assuming Banshees? That would be my automatic guess there. Who knows, though, really, what he has in mind. And here we go. A few of those forces getting mopped up. Machine being very aggressive, trying to control the center of the map, and I really like that. That is certainly important. A couple Marines scouting out over here. Still no drops, anything resembling that. Haven't seen anything really push out here for QXC. Anytime recently, he's just kind of working up his forces and actually coming out with some Raven action here. Very, very interesting. Now, the Raven, of course, will help him. It'll help him be able to take out those creep tumors as he moves across the map. That point defense drone helping against those Mutalisks as well. That helps to protect those tanks in the back if those Marines aren't there. We do have that Hive Tech coming out, Ghost Academy coming out as well. So just lots and lots of macro for both players. Right now, map control is going to Machine. Lots of mutas moving out, but here comes the push right now for a QXC. Now, with the map control, having these towers, this allows him to see the fact that this push is coming. But this is a very strong push. We do have Machine moving across the middle, trying to, again, with this creep spread, giving his units that extra speed, but also giving himself that vision. The major concern, of course, is once that Raven hits the board, and there it is, we're just going to see, QXC A move across those creep tumors and take them out no problem. A couple of Marines attempting to hit this expansion. They walk into some spine crawlers and a queen, so that takes them out very quickly. Map control now in the favor of QXC. He's got his half of the map. Machine sitting with his half of the map over here. Some Marines doing some additional scouting. They're just looking for expansions and any stray overlords or any stray Zerglings, anything like that. Zerglings sacrificing themselves to get some scouting information if at all possible. And here comes a big force for QXC. Now again, QXC send that sacrificial Marine into this expansion, so now he knows that it's there clearly, and this is in response going to inform his push that we're seeing right now. He wants to take that out, and again, he wants to starve Machine if at all possible. We got a lot of bandits moving out, few infestors for some Fungal Gross. Tank sieging up a little late. Nice Fungal Gross. And the mutas pushing in. They're all clumped up, though, and that allows those Thors to go to town, plus those Marines pushing them back. Quite devastating. A few Speedlings trying to slow up this expansion. Those Marines should be enough to take care of it. Scan dropping down, allowing QXC to take out those creep tumors. His forces very slim right now, but that Thor did so much damage to those mutas that were not magic boxed. And without that spread on those mutas, you can see how much that splash damage just absolutely tears through them. That was certainly quite unfortunate for Machine. Honestly, if he had magic boxed that, he would have been able to take out that Thor, and then I think he may have been okay against the remaining Marines, because there really weren't that many left. But look at all those Thors and the mass splash damage, again hitting those clumped up Marines. We've got a Speedling counterattack right now, moving straight down into this expansion. Now this is turned into a planetary, but there are a lot of Speedlings. We're going to be seeing the forces actually pull back right now, catching a few of those infestors out of position there. Managed to snipe one. Some fungal growth getting dropped down as well, and wow, Machine managed to force the liftoff there of QXC's expansion. The rest of the forces continuing to push right now. Speedlings running by and unfortunately taking some unnecessary losses there. That was, in all honesty, just a bit of miss micro, and a scan plus some Stim Marines dropping an infestor. This one managing to make his way back home, but that was just a delayed expansion. And Machine took some pretty heavy losses as a result, but do keep in mind, Machine's expansions haven't really been hit that bad at all, and we have a drop coming down right now. We'll be dropping into that natural, and let's see what QXC is able to do. Does he have any other drops? No, it doesn't look like he does, but this drops will be forcing the units back right now for Machine. Machine engaging with that medevac that's picking up those Marines. We should see those Marines drop right now, and then look at this push coming out at the same time. Couple of Marines kind of just chilling out in the corner there. That's not exactly where they want to be. That drop does get taken care of, just pushed back. It's still alive though, and that medevac is still up. So here we go, QXC threatening to push from multiple positions. This is very nice. He has also got this expansion up right now, getting a bit of a repair there before he gets that saturated. Setting up his tanks, preparing to drop on this expansion at the same time. I'm going to expect this medevac over here to get dropped, and we've got some Banshee follow-up over here as well. But here come the Broodlords. Here they come. This is going to allow Machine to kind of mop up these forces here. Some huge fungal growths on all of those Marines, but actually pushed back momentarily. Here's the drop on the high ground. Where's that Banshee play? Where is it? Am I missing it? There's some Banshees somewhere. Stimmed up Marines taking out these Overlords. And actually right now QXC pushed back from an engagement over there. I'm not sure where that Banshee, there it is right there. It's not doing anything though, just kind of sitting idly. And looks like those Marines were finally mopped up now. We did see QXC manage to take out a few of those Overlords. And here's the other drop that took place over here. And just out of range of that spine with these stimmed up Marines. He may get very close to being able to take this out. We got some fungal growth about to come down from those infestors. And there it is, a fungal growth. And luckily for Machine, able to mop that up just in time before losing that hatchery. That really would have been devastating. The Banshee not coming into play yet. I was really sad. I thought I missed that Banshee harass, but as you can see, still sitting idle right there. Doesn't have any kills, so really hasn't done anything. Let's take a look at how both players are looking. About even, with Machine being slightly behind right now in terms of resources lost. Taking a look at the upgrades, we can see right now Bio is 2-2. We've got 3-3 working out as well. How are the ground units over here? We're sitting at 3-2 right now. A level 3 weapons upgrade is not coming, but it doesn't matter because with that extra armor is going to help him quite a bit. Speedling's Bandits, fungal growth moving forward as well. Here come those infestors and lots of fungal growth. He's lost almost all of his infestors though. That's going to allow those Marines to push on up. Marines are pretty low health, but I don't think they are low enough. And the stimmed up Marines sniping down those Broodlords. Come on, Banelings, please help out those Broodlords. Thank you. Finally, 2 Broodlords left. That'll allow him to push back those tanks. And here is the Banshee taking out this attempted expansion. In fact, QXC didn't have to do anything. The second Machine dropped that expansion. The Banshee was already there, able to take it out. No more drop harass or anything like that going on. It looks like the forces of QXC have been pushed back right now. Machine in a strong position. Take a look at the army. 86 army supplies as opposed to just that 63. The Banshee's still alive, chilling over there. Corruptor will take care of that. A couple of Vikings moving out to try to take out these Broodlords. We do have 1 infestor though, so it should be able to get a fungal growth and maybe 1 or 2 of the infested Terrans, and that should help him. Come on, please. There we go. And there's 1 infested Terran. That's all he can afford, but here come a couple more for some more infested Terrans. That's going to force those Vikings back right now, and the other fungal growth helping out quite a bit indeed. QXC on the ropes, it appears to be the case right now. Machine has that slight economic advantage, and the fact that he's got this extra base up, QXC really did need to drop that. The Banshee did get taken out by those Corruptors. I was taking a quick look for that, but that is nowhere to be seen. We do have a Marine over here on patrol that's just doing some scouting information. QXC attempting to expand up here. That will get spotted by this burrowed Zergling here by Machine, and this will severely delay QXC's expansion as well, again forcing him to pull up units and get a scan down. And that's actually, you know, it's kind of of as easy as it sounds. It gets kind of tough in the late game when you're kind of focusing all of your forces on these large engagements that are taking place. Machine sitting with a very strong army right now. He is supply capped. QXC only at 164. Army wise, they're almost about equal. We got some Vikings actually pushing forward, but here come the fungal growths as expected. Some infested Terrans gonna drop down as well, and actually losing 2 of those Broodlords. Huge Miss Micro problem there. We got a lot of ghosts in here. Should be expecting some EMPs or some snipes to go down on those Broodlords. We're going to see some attempted fun ghosts, Banelings, Speedlings, and everything rolling forward. Corruptors taking out those medevacs. So much damage here. QXC taking hefty losses. We are seeing another fungal growth. Now those cloaked ghosts moving up, and they're doing a lot of damage because there's no cloak detection over here for Machine. He can do nothing against us, and we're seeing some hefty snipes taking out those infestors. There's a scan. The cloaked ghosts continuing to go to town, but here come these Broodlords, and we've got no response right now by QXC. He's attempting to come out with some more Marines as well as some more Vikings. Few Corruptors over here, and here's some more damage right now going down on those Broodlords. He's gonna be losing this Broodlord. Yes, he does. He loses that one Broodlord. That's unfortunate right now. He's got some more coming, though, and I really still think that he's got that strong economic advantage. Yes, he does. And look at this. That's what I mean. It seems so easy. Send a couple units, drop a scan, but it's difficult this stage in the game. It's taking him so long to respond to this because he's so focused on these attacks and these engagements. We've got Machine with an expansion over here, and we do have QXC attempting to land a command center over there. That clearly is not going to happen. Just continued macro. Level 3 weapons finally coming up. Flying Carapace level 1. That's going to help his Broodlords be a little more durable against those Vikings that are attempting to snipe. Anything really, just going to help those Broodlords be more durable. In all honesty, Machine is sitting in a very strong position right now. We do have QXC attempting to push up against these forces. He's got a good opportunity right here to snipe out a few Broodlords, but never mind. Here come those Zerglings to push back that small ground force, and the Vikings not able to engage either. Again, that attempted expansion not going to happen. Finally, though, QXC able to drop that Expo over here. We have a couple Speedlings that actually pushing up against this to try to take that out, and here comes the push right now. Cloak Ghost in the forefront right now. Speedlings trying to do what they can. Those Vikings get dropped very quickly, and splash damage forced against those ghosts there. Ghosts forced to decloak. They are very low on energy, and they need that energy to be able to drop some EMPs as well as some snipes. And there it is. Look at that quick snipe taking out that Broodlord. But a few Broodlords over here will be dropping this expansion. Will QXC be able to defend it? Still just floating an expansion over here, and not a whole lot else going on. We're not seeing any drop harass or anything like that in response from QXC, and he does need to do that, but unfortunately, he's just so distracted right now by the constant aggression from Machine. Machine playing absolutely beautifully this game. Takes out this expansion. Those Broodlings doing so much damage, and that buffer of units over here protecting from the backside. And here we go. QXC will be trying to take out these Broodlords right now. We got a few more Speedlings coming up from that side, and let's see what he's able to do right now. Big fungal growth. Speedlings moving up. We got those Broodlords pushing forward as well. Huge fungal growth and doing so much damage to that bio, and I don't think there's enough anti-air to deal with this. There are just so many Broodlords. We got another Infestor right there. That's just kind of chilling out. Looks like he's just absorbing damage at the moment. Marines doing what they can, but there are too many Broodlords right now for him to deal with. We've got a lot more Speedlings coming out over here as well. Looks like QXC will be trying to snipe out this expansion with some stimmed up Marines. Broodlords and Corruptors getting like total map control and doing so much damage. It looks like those Broodlords will actually try to move down to help defend against this expansion getting sniped out, but it does look like QXC will actually be able to take that out no problem. And here comes some Speedlings, a couple of Broodlings from that exploding hatchery, chasing down those Marines, attempting to do some damage. Doesn't really matter though. QXC is going to be losing this expansion. So many Banelings over here, and it looks like QXC will be losing this planetary to a huge Baneling bust in just one moment. And again, still no response, still no drop harass going on at all. Machine getting a little sloppy here with some idle units. I really wish he'd take care of that. He's got a total of 10 idle workers. I really wish that he'd get on top of that, but it doesn't matter because there's so much else going on. Certainly don't blame him. All right, so got Machine with a couple of Banelings over here. We got lots of Marines, and there we go. Very nice EMP taking out the energy of those Infestors. And let's see if those Banelings are going to be able to push up against this. We can see QXC moving forward to try to make sure he can defend himself. Lots and lots of Broodlords over here. They're pretty vulnerable against that Marine and sniping Ghost army, so wants to get up all of his forces together in one big cohesive death ball and try to push out with that instead of getting caught out of position, because that could certainly be quite devastating. But right now, QXC, I'm assuming that he's got a terrible economy in comparison to what Machine has. Machine's just in a very strong position economically. He has been for a while now, and this is a big problem. This engagement's pretty pivotal right now. QXC really needs to defend his expansion. He's kind of on the ropes. He's getting very low. In fact, he just has this is his only mining base. Everything else is mined out right now. His only mining base. We have the drop over here. We'll be attempting to snipe out this expansion. Here comes the engagement. Broodlords moving forward. Speedlings and Banelings as well. Corruptors trying to snipe out those air units. Nice spread here of Marines and tanks. Go Ghost trying to stay alive as long as possible. A huge Fungal Growth still going down. And with those Infestors able to Fungal Growth those Marines, that was a big problem there for QXC. Here we go, Cloaked Ghost. But we do have an Overseer. Yes, we do. We get 4 of them, in fact. And that's going to be no problem right now. And we're going to be seeing Machine push up against this expansion. And again, this is the only mining base right now for QXC. Machine in danger of losing this one, but he's got enough Zerglings to actually be able to take care of that. I assume he should be all set. Couple of Banelings over here trying to keep those Ghosts at bay. And what is he doing, Machine? Please take care of that because you were only down to 1 mining base as well. Really need you to take care of that. And here we go. QXC will be losing his only mining base in just 1 moment. The Ghosts trying to push forward and do what they can. It doesn't matter though. QXC losing his only mining base. He is out of resources. He's got no mining going on. And that should really force the GG. Now, again, he did manage to snipe this Expo, though, but it doesn't matter because we do still have Machine on 1 mining base, so he's still got resources coming in. QXC's kind of out of luck. We still got extra resources as well, and there it is. QXC calling the GG. Holy crap, what a game number 2 here between Machine and QXC. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. We're going to be jumping straight into game number 3 in just 1 moment. As always, guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Keep watching and keep owning.